Hi, welcome to this channel on magnetic energy technology principles applications. This video is about some predictions for 2026. Woohoo, we made it. Yay. We made it to 2026. So the new moon, January 17th or 18th-ish, starts, I would say, if you're going to follow the lunar cycle according to the new moons, that would be the first lunar cycle. So then the second lunar cycle is like somewhere around like February 16th or something. And so the second lunar cycle will start around the middle of February. And then after that point, then the whole program is as far as I know, it's still here to start. I am this is highly unconventional information based on my wildly inaccurate interpretation of reality. So just be aware of that. And so let me do the sun first. So the solar cycles, according to, this is all according to information that we've received and stuff. So the solar cycle is probably not going to calm down. It's still going to be erratic as far as we know. It'll be interesting to see if any significant CMEs are allowed. I'm going to do that word again, allowed to actually take out any grids on the planet. So it'll be fun to watch that, to see what happens with the solar cycle. The magnetic gravitational fields of the planet, we could expect more anomalous behavior in the magnetic and gravitational fields. Probably some fairly significant migrations and pole, like kind of leading up to pole shift stuff, basically. So seeing more movement, more dramatic stuff. You get the idea. Geophysical events probably still on tap to do some pretty significant earthquakes, hurricanes, volcanoes, tornadoes. All the basically out of balance stuff, high pressure in the system, that's blockages in the system that create high pressure energy. And then, so we'll see how much is being orchestrated with that. I'm sure UFOs will continue to hover around volcanoes and stop them from erupting and so on and so forth. So that's all very, that'll be entertaining and interesting. There's one thing though, and it has to do with this idea of the accelerated ascension program starting in the second lunar cycle of this year. And we're entering into this very interesting phase of humanity where we have a resonant energy is being seeded into the global consciousness field. And so it's going to, like that, it'll be activated in the second lunar cycle. So the seeding is basically already there, and it's going to be activated, and what it's going to do is add a new energy to the global consciousness field. And so the people that are sensitive to this, the people who are adept at meditating and are into, like kind of out-of-body stuff, lucid dreaming, astral projection, or just basically just tuning into your energy, people are going to sense this new energy. It's an energy that's really never this exact resonant energy, like polarity, or if you want to say pulse rate, or the identifications of it, like the signatures involved in it, are unique to like humanity and to this planet. I mean, there's been similar energies like thousands and thousands of years ago, but nothing exactly like this. It's always slightly unique. And so it will be possible for people to start tuning in to that new energy and that seeding starting in this second lunar cycle. Now, depending on people's ability, as soon as they sense something different, something has changed, something that they can like grab onto with their consciousness and attract that energy into their aura, into their field, into their energy field, and ultimately into their physical bodies. The more and more that people do that, and we will all automatically do it. All of us that feel that new energy is there, we're going to start drawing it in, and we're not going to stop. We're going to keep drawing it in because it's going to feel good. It's going to feel like something new, something exciting, and it's going to assist in expanding our conscious awareness of reality. It's going to assist in breaking down the dimensional veils that are currently all over, and it will basically, ultimately what it's going to do is raise the bar for the resonant signature polarities and vibrational rates of the consciousness field on this planet. So it's going to continue that seeding will expand, it'll expand, and the more that people grab onto it, the more that it will, the faster that it will expand. So it's there's there's some variation, there's some variability in there. Ultimately, it is going to encompass the entire planet and beyond, and every single person in their consciousness field is going to be completely saturated with this energy. It will ultimately transform reality as we know it. It'll transform physical reality, our DNA, the DNA of plants and animals. And if you're someone that tunes in to like other life on this planet, especially ocean life, dolphins, whales, etc., they are already tuning into this energy. Water comes first. We've talked about this in other videos, and it's no exception in this process. Water will be first. The beings that are in the water will draw on that energy first. So they're already like tapping into it. They already know what's coming. And it's a process that is underway. Obviously nothing's going to stop it at this point. We're fully going to be engaged in it in just a matter of weeks here. It'll be interesting because some politicians and corporate leaders and stuff are going to be impacted by this, some sooner than others. And it will depend on the people around them, the fields of consciousness around them. It will cause some leaders and some corporate leaders and politicians and everything to end. Their incarnations will essentially end as this transformation goes on if they resist it, like with everything they've got in their ego. So we're going to find out a lot about like who's ego driven and who's heart driven, because it's only the people that are heart driven that will ultimately survive this process. The ego driven people, they will either transform or move along and get on board with the energy that's coming in, or their incarnations will end. So the ego is not going to have a lot of wiggle room here. And it's not about free will and all that. You just have to understand that we are not isolated beings. So our choices at a higher level are very, very collective. And this is for the betterment of humanity and far beyond humanity, far beyond this. So we're under the spotlight. Lots of beings observing the world right now, a lot of beings orchestrating this process, a lot of technology involved, a lot of devices involved that are going to be enhancing this process. And so we're on track. Everything's looking good, and just let's get ready for this process and just do whatever you can. If you tune into it, engage with it, like just bring it into your meditation, bring it into your field, and just keep expanding your energy around the planet, and you'll assist in the whole process of humanity transforming. And so we're at the beginning. The sun is coming up for a new day of humankind, really, and we're going to enter into a golden age of civilization. Ultimately, this will lead to magnetic technology and much more that I talk about in all the different videos. So please send in any questions and comments that you have, and I thought I just should do a quick video on 2026. Okay, so here we go. We made it. Yes. And it is on. Oh, it's so on. And I'll see you again next time.